From the Greater Columbus Convention Center in Columbus, Ohio, this is RxMuscle's presentation of the 2017 Arnold Classic, brought to you by Quest Nutrition. Right now, we are at the Meet the IFBB Pros event at the Hilton across the street from the Convention Center. I'm joined with Chris, the technician, Aceto. Chris, as we kick off the 2017 Arnold Classic, what are you looking for? What excites you coming into this weekend?
You know, it's that it's an open show, that we don't have like a defending open champion in the likes of like a Kai Green, where people say, it's Kai's show, or Phil Heath. If Phil was in the show, it'd be Phil's show. Or even a Dennis Wolf, you know, or Dexter. You know, these guys are not in the show. So it presents an opportunity for other people to not only be compared, but to step in and win the show.
Well, right now, people are saying that it is Cedric's show, but Cedric's show to lose. Now, Cedric McMillan has been sort of the darling of the Arnold Classic now for the better part of the last 2 years. 2 years ago, of course, with Arnold coming out and saying that he's quote-unquote pissed that Cedric finished fourth. Last year, a narrow loss to Kai Green. This year, coming in as the prohibitive favorite. What's your assessment of him being the odds-on coming into this contest?
Well, I was pissed too, and I sat Arnold down and I said, listen, Arnold, you know, so, you know, he's quote, based on the last 2 years, he's got to be the favorite. You know, he's tried something different here. He's way bigger than he's been. And he's done that deliberately, you know, and I think when you hear Cedric do an interview, although he knows he's being judged and there is a criteria, he has this oddball, artsy interpretation of, yes, I'm being judged, but I'm going to present something that I like as well. So in this case, it's, you know, he's 293 pounds today. That's way bigger than he was, probably by 30 at the Olympia. I don't think he's quite as, you know, tight as he was at the Olympia, but I think that the Olympia was a bad look for him, frankly. It wasn't like this, you know, what's created the hoopla for Cedric the last 2 years here is the roundness and the fullness and the flow, not like trying to just drag it down and peel it into some type of condition and carve that mass into something that's not there. So, you know, although he would be the favorite based on, you know, the last 2 years. His reputation. This is the IFBB. The guys are incredible. The guys will go to the end of the earth to improve, to place higher, and to win. So you know, I work with Cedric, but I think it's a wide open show. You got Lionel Baiki, who's had like shows, you know, he's been in Brazil. I've seen him there, mesmerizing shape. And then I've seen him in shows where he's just terrible. And then the last couple of shows here, he's been unbelievable. So, you know, he's got that billowing type physique, like that matches up extremely well with Cedric. You got Dallas McCarver, who's, you know, a big guy. Juan Morel, dark horse. Sure. You got Fuad Abiad, who's always in tremendous condition and just really, you know, needs to have the strong comparisons to show that, you know, he could, if the stars lined up well, he could technically sort of, you know, I don't know win, but he could absolutely be top three.
So you see this more as an open competition than what seems to be the common perception that this is Cedric's show to lose?
Yeah, I think it's still open. I still think it's still open.
And then we talked about this in Iron Debate earlier in the week, how the 212 may be the most competitive division in this entire show, and that in many ways may be actually more intriguing in a sense than the open class. But when you look at the 212, you have Hide coming in off his win in 2016, Jose Raymond winning in 2015, Ahmed Ashkanani, who finished second and really pushed Flex Lewis at the Olympia. How do you see the 212 playing out?
Well, you got David Henry, Guy Sistanino. I mean, it just Tank. I don't. It's like Prince. I don't even know his name. What is it?
Charles Dixon.
Charles Dixon. Tank. I mean, that fits. You got people in this division who are extremely dangerous. Depend on how they come into the show. This is an open show too. I think minus out Flex Lewis, all the big 212 shows really are open, and that's why you have already Jose won, Hide won, Henry has beaten, Jose in the past, Guy has beaten Henry and Jose in the past, Dixon has beaten Jose and Guy in the past. Those guys have beaten Dixon. It just, minus out Ashkenani, who's new, they've all beaten each other. Depends on, the way they show up. And these guys, the talk is the 212 is going to be like a just crazy, exciting show to watch because we don't know, and there's contrast in those physiques. You have the power physique of, Jose. You've got, the back and the width of Ashkenani. You've got the tank.
Posing also is a major factor when you consider the scoring.
We didn't even talk about that. Yeah, I mean, that would in the open definitely favor Cedric. I don't know who it would, favor in the 212s.
Well, you could argue that last year that may have tipped the scale for Hide Yamagishi in the 212.
You could. So, I would say this. If Yamagishi won the posing last year, he's a clinch to win it again this year. I mean, you can't have essentially the same professional judging panel, right? And say, well, because he's going to do pretty much the same exact routine, and Jose is going to do pretty much the same exact routine. So, it comes down to what you like, and if they like that last year, that's a big round for Yamagishi.
A lot more to come here from Columbus all weekend long. Keep it locked to RxMuscle.com and, of course, the RX Muscle YouTube channel. Again, our coverage presented by Quest Nutrition. For Chris Aceto, I'm Siddique Farooqi. Keep it locked to RxMuscle.com.